could add in a more modest slide, and you could also install a splash pad, which would benefit a significantly larger number of our residents. Splash pads are great because they're accessible and engaging for people of all ages, body types, and physical abilities. Splash pads are favorite spots for family play at any pool or aquatic facility. They lead to imaginative and interactive engagement of children, whereas the slide is a solitary experience. Experts tell us that splash pads foster physical development for children, as well as cognitive skills like planning, imaginative thinking, focus, problem solving, and self-control, the neurological building blocks that shape and carry children through life. While splash pads encourage physical activity and movement to help people stay healthy, slides are passive. And splash pads offer an opportunity for those with mobility issues to engage at our pool and enjoy an accessible feature. In addition, splash pads are now designed with interchangeable features that allow us to update and revamp the area in the future, replacing elements as we go, while the slides are static and would remain until they are no longer usable. So that seems to make a splash pad a good long-term investment for our community. I'm also worried that citizens of Vienna are expecting a splash pad in the new pool design, as Mayor Rapp promised that to Vienna residents in a November 4th WTAP story. I'm sorry, it's not going to play. I apologize for that. It's putting an ad on instead. But in the November 4th story on WTAP, Mayor Rapp promised that Vienna residents would see a new splash pad next spring, as well as swim lanes. You know, it's the holiday season, and very few people are spending their time following this pool story. They heard we were getting a splash pad, got excited, and filed that info away. They don't realize that y'all have moved from that plan. And I know you were all interested in a splash pad as you voted unanimously to obtain prices for splash pad options and more economical slide options during the November 10th council meeting. Then last week, you reversed that decision, ignored your own request, and moved forward with the original slide alone. I know a splash pad has been proposed for Spencer's Landing, but I think it's more appropriate to locate a full-featured splash pad at the pool so that families can enjoy various amenities of the space together on their visits. In the interest of building a pool facility that will be inclusive and serve all of Vienna residents, I would urge you to consider adding zero entry or a ramp to the pool and to reconsider adding a splash pad. Let your legacy be one of inclusion. Thank you.
Henry Sasson.
Henry Sasson, 1307 Greenmont Hills Drive. Before I get started, I want to show you guys.
You got to speak into the microphone.
Oh, sorry. Henry Sasson, 1307 Greenmont Hills Drive in Vienna. Before I get started, I want to show you guys something. This is an awesome beast. I don't know. Let me go this way.
Wish I'd have seen one like that last week.
Now, how does this thing zoom?
Yeah. Yep.
It's my neighbor. Between my house and my neighbor's house. Nice 8-point. It's cool. That was not a discussion topic. I just want to show you that picture. These guys are getting a lot smarter during when the guns start cracking, they hide where they can hide. Couple things real quick. Number one is at the Boys and Girls Club on January 7th, the Patriot Invitational that I had invited you to. On January 14th, it's the Penguin Invitational for PHS. At the Y, PHS boys are first place. They're undefeated through all the swim meets so far. Parkersburg South boys is in second place, right on our butt. Girls for PHS are 7th in the state, and South girls are 13th. That's out of 56 high schools in the state of West Virginia. So appreciate if you guys can show up for one of those meets. That'd be great. That's number one. Number two is last week at the meeting talking about lifeguards, and there was a comment stated about possibly extending the swim season. Lifeguards, I don't know if you guys know about it, are short demand. They're high school kids. Once club swim starts in September, they become non-existent. Once high school swim starts in practice, they're non-existent. About the only time that a kid that's swimming high school swim or club swim can take a vacation, it's late August, early September, in between seasons. That's about it. So talk to people. So if you're thinking about extending a season, you really need to think about what you can do for lifeguards. The lifeguard test is every 2 years. I think it's about $250 to $300. Some kids can't afford it, so if city's willing to fork over the money and then offer them a job when they do pass and are certified, that'd be great. That'd be one way, an incentive to possibly attract some kids. That's all I had, folks. So thank you for your time.
Amy Rhodes.
Good evening. I had a few things that I wanted to talk about in specific related to the pool. The first that I wanted to talk about was the 42-inch minimum height restriction on the dual slides. It's been said that kids, of course, have to be 42 inches to use that, and that would be a typical 4-year-old. What I did was I pulled the CDC growth charts that, I don't know if you can see this or not. If I can get it on there. Anyway, this line is the height. These are the percentiles of growth. You can't see it on here because the lines are all so small. I tried to make some notes. So a 4-year-old girl, approximately a little under 10% of those at 4 years old would be able to use the slide. A 5-year-old girl, approximately 50% of those would meet the 42-inch height